opening roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
Here.
Mrs. Coons?
Here.
Ms. Snyder?
Here.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Here.
Ms. Anderson?
Here.
Mr. Ray?
Here.
Awesome. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Council. We're looking first for a motion to accept the minutes from September 18th, 2023 council meeting as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the September 18th council meeting as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Heather. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Okay, we're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from September 16th, 2023 to September 29th, 2023, totaling $28,733.98 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept purchase orders from September 16th, 2023 to September 29th, 2023, totaling $28,733.98 as presented and not read.
Second.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, John or Ann, either one. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept bills from September 16th, 2023 to September 29th, 2023, totaling $70,628.22 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept bills from September 16th, 2023 to September 29th, 2023, totaling $70,628.22 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thanks, John. Thank you, Heather. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Thank you. We're looking next for a motion to accept September 2023 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept July 2023, excuse me. I'll make a motion to accept September 2023 DOPS delinquency report as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thanks, John. Thank you, Laura. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Thank you. And we are looking next for a motion to accept July 2023 bank reconciliation report as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept July 2023 bank reconciliation report as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Laura or Nikki. Any discussion, council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, we're moving next into the reading of ordinances and resolutions.
Ordinance number 1827-2023, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1795-2022, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to increase appropriations in Street Construction Maintenance and Repair Fund 2011, $5,830 for repairs on the catch basins at Brittany Boulevard. CDBG Fund, $120,000 for the 2023 CDBG project. Section 2, Council approves to increase revenues in CDBG Fund, $120,000 for the 2023 CDBG project. Section 3, Treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers therefore approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of council to make the expenditures, provided that no warrants shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except to persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance, It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon appeal of 2/3 vote of council for items of expense constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by other specific appropriations herein made. Section 4, this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance should go into effect immediately.
Thank you, Tracy. Okay, we'll move then into the mayor's report. I have some dates to report on this evening. The first date that I'd like to make mention of is October 14th, and that will be the date of the chamber, the Springfield Lakemore Chamber of Akron. That will be the date of their car show, and that will be located at Lakemore Plaza from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And again, that's Saturday, October 14th, the Springfield Lakemore Chamber of Akron Car Show. That's a wonderful event. Come out if you can. Saturday, the 21st, is the Turkey Festival, and that's going to be up here, and that's going to be a wonderful event. Make sure you get your tickets, your raffle tickets for that. That's a wonderful event in support of the bands. Wednesday, October 25th, is the Lakemore Food Pantry, and that operates out of Lakemore United Methodist Church between 5 and 6 o'clock that afternoon, during the exact same time, unfortunately, as the Lakemore Plaza Boo Bash, which is sponsored by the library. And it's more or less a large trunk-or-treat event or sidewalk trick-or-treat event, if you will. They're planning on having Touch a Truck and stilt walkers and a bunch of neat attractions, but a lot of candy also. So that's Wednesday, October 25th from 5 to 6. And that will follow, or segue rather, right into the unskating party, which is the one of 2 nights a year that the Springfield Lake Roller Rink hosts an evening free for everyone in attendance. And that is one of 2 nights in the year where children or adults even with walkers and wheelchairs and different, necessary mechanisms are allowed on the floor of the roller rink to skate around for 2 hours for free. And if you need skates, skates are free. There's going to be pizza, free applesauce, and lots of good stuff there. So that's the unskating party from 6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday the 25th. The Lions Club Decades Dance is going to be Friday the 3rd of November. That's the 90s is the decade that we're celebrating this year. I also have the Springfield Township Women's Club Craft Show is scheduled on my books for being Saturday, the 4th of November. And Nativity Spaghetti Dinner, is that, it may or may not be happening. I think it is. And that's going to be Sunday on the 5th. That's what I got. Were you going to announce that tonight? You can.
No.
No, Marilyn? Okay.
I don't know.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay.
They probably announced it at Mass, but I was not there this weekend. We had to be at a meeting at another church.
Well, we'll put a bracket around that one. Nativity of the Lord's Annual Spaghetti Dinner, which is a wonderful event on the tentatively scheduled for Sunday, the 5th of November. There was a lot of dates.
Yeah.
Check with me if you didn't get them all, you guys, and we'll segue next into the council report. Council President Laura Cochran.
Okay. This is a little bit of old news that I'm sharing, and I probably should have shared this 2 weeks ago because this is kind of when it hit TV and hit some social media. But I want to give a shout out to Lakemore resident Jacob Forrest Lees. Several weeks ago at the end, he's also a letter carrier. Several weeks ago at the end of his shift, he was delivering in a senior building, not here, his route is at the Firestone Station. And he heard some screaming, which he first thought was just some grandkids. And as he got closer, he could hear someone screaming for help. And so he went into the room, made his way somehow into this lady's apartment, and found an 89-year-old great-grandmother pinned underneath her refrigerator, and she could not move. Now, this grandmother had like home attendants. It just so happened this happened between shifts. And she was there alone, and she believes that, and I quote this from the newspaper or whatever I have on social media and on the TV coverage, is she believes that he saved her life and she owes everything to him. She spent a few days at Akron General Medical Center, but luckily without very serious injuries. And she was just getting some fruit out of her refrigerator. It must not have been level. She put her weight on the door and it fell into her. And so anyhow, I'm just giving him a shout out because he's a Lakemore resident for one thing and keeps a real low key. And he's also a postal worker, which, that's where I worked and still do. But I want to thank him because he saved a life.
Awesome.
That's
And-
awesome.
And some people,
Yeah.
we know about it internally, but a lot of people don't. And that happens a lot for letter carriers. You usually just hear bad things, but there's so many of them
Wow.
that do such good things and find houses on fire, find people, locked on their porch in wintertime. I mean, they have really
Never thought of
saved
that.
a lot of people.
Wow, yeah.
incredible.
Thank you for sharing that, Laura.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's it.
Thank you. Nikki?
So the only thing I'm gonna share is about trick or treating, because it's coming up. That's the only date Richard didn't talk about.
Yeah.
October 28th, from 3 to 5, we are gonna have our Halloween costume contest. It's going to be at Lakemore United Methodist. We still have construction going on at the municipal building, so it'll look a little bit different, but I think it'll be a really good time. The fire department is still coming and providing beverages, I think.
The safety services.
Safety
Hot
services.
dogs.
Hot dogs too? Okay. And then directly after that, you can leave the church from the Halloween contest, get your candy from us, then go down to trunk or treat, and then you can go off to trick or treat. So
And
it's
the
gonna
trunk
be
or
fun.
treat is right at the church also.
Yeah, so
correct?
it's usually everyone in the village's like main hub. Everyone's like, I'm going to the church and then I'm done. So this year we're going to start at the church, and it's going to be a great time.
It will
so,
be.
Yeah.
October 28th from 3 to 5 will be our thing, and then from 5 to 7 is trick or treat. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Ann?
Okay, I've got a couple of things. I wanted to announce that the Friends of Springfield Lakemore Branch Library are having a book sale also on the 14th, the day the car show's going on, and their book sale is from 10 to 3, and they have some great deals, and what the Friends raise with those funds helps the library out with their programming and supplies. And that's coming up. And I also would like to read the Spectrum Community Channel 1023 notice they gave me. Springfield Lakemore Community Channel 1023 is proud to serve our communities by providing access to local government meetings and programming and information of community events. We are currently running special programs of Springfield summer concerts. Tune in to Spectrum Channel 1023 for recent programming. To view the current program schedule, tune into the channel or go online to springfieldtownship.us or our Facebook page. Community members and can access all current and past programming on demand via our new YouTube channel. Find it by searching Springfield Lakemore Community Channel. More community information is available from us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our blog. Please let us know of any event or activity in the Lakemore Springfield communities that you would like to see on the community channel by contacting your local government officials. Please let us know how we can best serve you. Thank you, Frank, Jim, and Dan, sorry. The following programs are currently running on the channel showing the date that they took place. Portage Lakes Career Center Board of Education meeting from August 17th, Springfield Summer Concerts, Dance Fever from the 18th of August, Lakemore Council meeting from September 5th, and the trustees meeting from the 14th of September. And that's all I have for this evening.
Awesome. Thanks, Ann. John?
All right, I'd just like to remind everybody, this week is Stormwater Awareness Week. And as a reminder that we do every week, we ask that everyone not rake or blow their leaves or debris into the roadway, because it's all going to make its way into the lake and have a negative effect of what's going on. Just be a little more vigilant about that, especially this week. And also, at the end of this week, we are planning on planting a tree or two down at Dodds Park. I think they're willows, to help with,
I'm not sure.
not sure?
It's gonna be a free tree.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do free
It's
trees.
gonna
I don't
be
know if anybody's
really
ever seen a
good.
free tree, but they're pretty cool.
Special.
Is it gonna be like a money tree? That
But that-
would
but
be
that-
brilliant, yes.
But that'll help kind of filter the debris and stuff and filter the water a little bit more to assist in the cleaning of the lake. And other than that, that's all that I have.
Thanks, John.
When are we doing that again?
Saturday,
Saturday.
October
I thought
7th at
so.
9:30 in the morning.
Okay, thank you.
Heather.
I'll be there.
Alrighty, tentatively, I'm trying to, Dustin and I have been playing phone tag, so tentatively, the 21st, that is a Saturday for this month, we are trying to plan a Stuff the Bus for Spartan Snack Pack, and it will be here at the Dollar General, so it's also they have the Turkey Fest, I believe. So we will have a tent out there, they will have things in a display that can be purchased for the program. You know, we are always taking donations for the program, but even if you don't buy them at Dollar General, we will still have our tent set up over there. So if you want to donate things, we always use things like hearty soups, such as like the Progressos and the Campbell's, beef soups. We need raviolis and macaroni and cheese cups, beef stews, chicken packets, not the tuna. Kids aren't crazy about that. So if you can do the tuna pouches, not so much the cans. We find that, especially for the littles, when you start adding a bunch of cans in together and stuff, it tends to be a little much for them. So the packets are a little easier for them. But peanut butter crackers, individual cookies and things like that. So anything that you would kind of put in a kid's lunch that would be easy. Ramen noodles. We are always in need of ramen noodles.
Beef jerky. The
And
kids
beef
love
jerky. Yes,
beef
the Slim
jerky.
Jims. The
Yes.
Slim Jims. That is their favorite.
I
Oh,
swear,
love
they do.
Slim
I've
Jims.
seen kids be like,
Yes.
yes, there's beef jerky.
Yes,
Slim Jims
exactly.
or whatever. Yeah, they
Yes,
love
so, but we will be at the, hopefully, like I said, Dustin and I have been playing, phone tag. So, we're setting it for an all-day event if we're able to get the bus and everything for the 21st at the Dollar General right across the street here. So, the other thing is for the Spartan Snack Pack, if you want to put on your calendars, we have a packing at the it's the old Boyer Kindergarten Center, but now it's the administration building / pre-K. And it's at 2141 Pickle Road. And the third Thursday of every month, we do our packing. So we do for all 4 weeks. At one time, it's easier, we found, to get volunteers once a month than 4 times or even a couple times. So every single month, it's always the third Thursday. So if you want to kind of, for the rest of the school year, if you want to come and volunteer and help get some of these packs made up for the kids. Right now, we are at about 120 kids every weekend that we are sending food home, and that's kind of just a drop in the bucket. We would love to be able to expand the program and add more kids, and I think we're going to get there once more of the applications kind of come in and stuff like that. So, because we're continuing to get those. So, so keep on your calendar the 21st and the third Thursday. I haven't looked that up as to what this is, but I hope to see
October
people.
19th.
What is it?
October 19th?
Thank you. All right, October 19th, 6 p.m. So, all right, that's all I have.
Thanks, Heather. Sam.
Cool. I'll take us home with some housekeeping. So, the next council meetings are gonna be October 16th and November 6th, because we're already close to that, good lord. Those are gonna be at 7 p.m., and they're gonna be here in the school, since construction's still going on at the municipal building. Our next council workshops are gonna be the 11th and 24th of this month, and those are gonna be at 6 p.m. So, and then last, I just wanted to remind everybody, since we're not gonna be here next week, that the deadline to register to vote is gonna be October 10th. And then early voting starts the day after that on the 11th. So, just wanna put it out there, it's gonna be a big election, not just in Lakemore, although it is big in Lakemore, but all across Ohio, so make sure you're registered. That's all I got.
I do have one other thing. since leaves are falling and people are cleaning up their yards and stuff, it's always nice if you kind of don't deadhead your plants and things like that, and don't clean out all the leaves in your flower beds, because that's a vital ecosystem for a lot of like lightning bugs and bees and things like that for the winter time. So those things have, you know, a great impact on our community and our ecosystem as well. So those are always kind of good ideas just to kind of, you know, help out our little flying friends and stuff. So, and that.
Definitely don't blow them in the streets.
Yes, do not blow them in the
In the
streets.
streets, roadways, waterways, and especially be mindful of people that ride motorcycles. You can't just blow that stuff out on the road for them. Right, Mr. Stripmatter?
Yes.
Okay,
Gets a little slow.
very. Okay.
Are we inviting the public to come?
Does she have a report?
But I have a question about the 24th, the council workshop. That's probably going to be devoted to candy stuffing. Are we inviting the public to come help us stuff?
Have we even decided where to stuff at?
And collecting?
I mean, we're always, we
it's-
get the donations for candy
Yeah.
though.
The same place?
We haven't thought about it. Okay, I mean,
Well,
we have a week, so.
Let's just say that if anybody out there would like to donate any candy for our stuffing event, which is going to be on our next workshop, it will be,
The 24th, probably.
okay, it will be on the 24th October, so we still have another meeting to
One meeting.
to discuss that. But we'll start taking that now, but where, my question to you are, where will they drop it off? Didn't last year we asked the post office to accept
Yes.
candy? I don't think anyone even contributed, but maybe this year it will be different. So if anybody can contribute
What about the fire
candy.
station? Anybody drop?
The same thing, under
No.
construction. I'll talk to the
Oh,
postmaster
true.
tomorrow, and she won't have a problem with letting us do that. So any candies that you'd like to donate to help with our event can be dropped off at the Postal Service. In Lakemore, I'm gonna text her now.
Yep, and we'll, you know, and we'll probably stuff at the church, because that's where we'll be
Probably.
meeting. So. Okay.
And if there is anybody that would like to volunteer to come help,
Yeah,
it would
please
be
come.
highly appreciated. I mean,
It's a lot of
Oh,
work.
we've been
Absolutely.
here,
It takes us hours.
yeah, and it's.
I always make my kids come because they get to sneak a few pieces, but, I mean, those bags are like,
Chock full.
I
yeah.
know, we don't mess around.
And October 11th was a date that I missed. That's a Wednesday. That's a trunk or treat over at the Springfield Assembly of God. I'm not sure of the time, but that's a date that, you know, they'll appreciate getting out in the
Is that the
airwaves.
day the workshop time has changed?
Yes.
October 11th?
Well, I had asked for that.
That one's at 5 PM.
Well, I had asked for that, yeah. Oh,
But I
that's
don't
right.
know that we said that, so I'm saying that.
Right. Thank you. Perfect.
That was the 11th of October workshop. It's gonna be at what time?
5.
5, so
Five.
you know we're not getting out of there early.
I had asked for that, right?
Okay, I mean, if we are, oh no, we're not stuffing, forget I said that.
Right.
5 o'clock, 5
We're
o'clock.
a little bit of a mess. I get it together.
Sorry, guys.
There's just so much going on.
I said October's the busiest month.
But you know what, as compared to 3 years ago, with everything shutting down and everybody
Right.
in their homes and things
Right.
like that, and everything being canceled, this is a
Let's take it.
wonderful problem to have.
All right, I haven't
we're
thought of
making
that
up
in a
for
long
it now.
time.
Right? We're making up for it indeed.
Yes.
Okay.
We are. Okay, okay.
Administrators report. Tracy, did you have a report this evening?
No, Mr. Stripmatter went ahead and
Covered? Okay.
covered it.
Anything else? And next on our agenda, we have the one and only Holly Miller here to present.
I'm so excited about this.
Hearing before council.
Oh my gosh, I'm never excited when I go anywhere.
Yeah, we are. We are. We love it when
Really
you visit
excited
us.
about this.
Absolutely,
Yes.
Holly.
I'm
Absolutely.
So happy.
The floor
this
is yours.
on paper.
The podium right there is fine. The music stand.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us
All right,
tonight.
well, good evening. Thank you for letting me come out. My name is Holly Miller. I am the Deputy Director in the Department of Community and Economic Development under our County Executive, Eileen Shapiro. Along with everybody's thing, we're talking about what's going on this week. It's Stormwater Week. It's also Digital Equity and Inclusion Week. So Next year, that'll mean a lot more to you.
It will
But
now.
this is Digital Equity and Inclusion Week. So every year, before COVID, I would come out, I would do this road show with all 31 communities and kind of go over all the programs that our department has to offer for your residents. Then COVID hit. So this is the first year since COVID that we're doing these road shows again. So again, thank you for giving me the time. So I brought you some handouts this evening that I'm going to go over quickly. I left additional handouts with Tracy that you can leave in your hall when it gets done. It looks great. I was there a couple weeks ago. Kind of a lot, but it looked really good. So the first thing is this short little half sheet of paper. This is not actually our department. This is the Emergency Management Department. They've asked that we take these out. This little QR code, if you scan it and you download the EMA app, this gives you push notifications for things that are happening in Summit County. You can even drill it down specifically to Lakemore, but this gives you like traffic alerts and weather alerts. So if you have time and you can put this on your website, this is fantastic. You can do the QR code or you can do it without just like typing in the website. So this is a good thing. The next thing I want to talk about is our lead-based paint hazard reduction program. We have a partnership with the Summit County Public Health Department, and we're also receiving funds from the state of Ohio as part of the ARPA funds that the state of Ohio has for lead-safe housing in the state. But the one we have right now is the lead abatement program. This is designed to reduce the risk of lead in homes built before 1978 that are occupied with children under the age of 6. So this program is for owner-occupied houses and rental houses. So if you are a landlord and you own a house and you rent it to somebody who would meet these income guidelines, because we're always income qualifying the tenant, not the owner, and they have children under the age of 6 living there or visiting, meeting the visitation requirements, which was 62 hours a year, they would be eligible. So if you have a grandmother that maybe watches the grandchild after school, or that's where the grandchild goes in the summer months, they would be eligible as well. The child does not need to live there full time. It's only on the visitation of at least 62 hours a year. This program, we go in, the health department identifies where there is lead, and then we take care of that lead. The way the program is structured is if it's a landlord, you pay 25% of the contractor's bid, which the county goes out and gets. You pay 25%, the remaining portion is split. 50% is a grant, and 50% is a 5-year deferred forgivable loan that forgives itself in equal portions over 5 years. If it's an owner-occupied house, you don't pay anything. Whatever the contractor's bid is, half of it is a grant, and half of it is a 5-year deferred forgivable loan, which forgives itself in equal portions over 5 years. So if the contractor's bid is $10,000, $5,000 is a grant, $5,000 is a forgivable loan, forgives itself $1,000 a year. At the end of the 5th year, it's completely forgiven. The reason why we secure it with a deferred loan is because we don't want landlords that are house flippers, that are going to have us fix everything up in the house and they're going to turn around and they sell it. We understand things happen. If houses are sold within those 5 years, whatever has not been forgiven is due back at this point in time. We still have a lot of money for this program, plus we're getting another $2.5 million for the lead safe through the state of Ohio. So we're asking you to help us push this out to your residents. You have a lot of homes here that was built before 1978 that would qualify for this. Again, these are the income guidelines down here. If it's a rental, we always income qualify the tenant. The other program that we have is our Home Weatherization Assistance Program. So we get a grant from the Department of Energy each year, and this program is designed to reduce the energy burden for those that meet these income guidelines. Now, if you look at the two income guidelines between lead and this, you see that this is lower, because this is based on poverty, and the other one is based on area median income. So they are different. This program is for owner-occupied and rental units. However, if it's owner-occupied or rental, it is a grant to the landlord or a grant to the actual owner of the property. There is not a landlord match, and nothing is secured with a loan. The Department of Energy wants this all to be a grant. So if you apply for this, you qualify, we send out an energy auditor from my staff. They do a complete inspection of the home. They run an energy audit on the home. What this program can pay for is to replace your furnace, your hot water tank, provide insulation and air sealing, put in an ASHRAE fan, which is just a fancy name for a bath fan on a timer, We will also test all of your appliances, not your stove. We'll test your refrigerators and your freezers. If they fail, you get a new refrigerator, new freezer. We also replace all light bulbs. If you still have the old incandescent light bulbs, we will put CFL light bulbs in. The average cost per house is around $9,500, but I've seen them upwards of $20,000, just depending if it's an older, big house that has no insulation, and we need to do some rewire work. If it's old knob and tube, I've seen it upwards of $20,000. Again, all a grant to them. These two programs are designed to kind of work together, even though the income guidelines are different. If my team goes out to do an HVAC inspection and they see that there's small kids in the home and there's chipping, flaking, chalking paint, this lead program is within my department, so they'll come back in, we'll take care of what they need for lead, and then we'll go back out and do HVAC. Sometimes we can do it at the exact same time. We're a one-touch, one-application department, so one application gets you in, and then my team figures out which programs are going to best service that client while we're out there. Another program that we don't have a flyer, but it's part of this little packet here, is our housing rehabilitation program, or our minor home repair program. So residents in your community that are at or below 80% of the area median income, which are the lead guidelines, that own their home, can apply for the county to do minor home repairs. Typically, this is for the elderly to allow them to age in place. So we go in, we can do new roofs, we can do windows, we can do electric panels, we can do ADA grab bars, we can do ramps, whatever it may need to allow them to age in place. Of course, if you're low income, we also want to make sure that your home is safe for you. So a lot of times, you can't afford to get that roof replaced. You can't afford to fix that electrical panel. We can come in and do that. With all of our programs, the county is always the one that's putting the work out for bid. We hold the contract with the contractor. We pay the contractor. All work is done using prevailing wage, and we monitor that. With the minor home repair, it's structured just like lead. It is a 5-year deferred forgivable loan that forgives itself in equal portions, and they do have to have homeowners insurance. So if they don't have homeowners insurance, once they obtain that, then we can go in and assist them. A lot of times the reason they can't get homeowners insurance is the roof is leaking. We will work with their homeowners insurance company. If they can provide a letter that they will give them the insurance after we fix the roof, then we can make that work almost hand in hand. The county, and I talked with Tracy about this when I came out a few weeks ago to talk about broadband. Last year we purchased a referral network program called Unite Us. We purchased it using the opiate funding. And what it is it's a closed referral network. Kind of think of it as 211, but kind of on steroids. So we're asking that all 31 communities think about joining. There is no cost to you ever for the next 10 years to have as many users as you possibly want. The county is a part of it, JFS, Job and Family Services is a part of it, and their providers. So the way that it works is if, let's say you get a call from one of your residents who says, I have no hot water, or I have no heat. You would go in, and you'd go into Unite Us, and you would start a referral. You'd ask for permission to release their information, an authorization to release information. It could be verbal or written. And you would go in, and you would start that referral. You'd give us the client's name and the address, and you would go pick my department as the referral source. You would send that referral to me. I have 48 hours to pick up that referral. If I don't pick it up in 48 hours, you get paid back that for some reason I didn't pick it up. My team goes in and picks it up. We make contact with the client. We get the client the application that they need. And we're documenting all of this so you can see what's happening with your resident. You can see what services we've provided. You can see why we wouldn't provide services. You can also see where we also might have referred them. So if my team is out doing a housing inspection and they're talking with the client, because they're out there for 3 or 4 hours, and a lot of clients, sometimes we're the only people they see if they're elderly. So they love to talk, and then maybe we'll realize they have some food instability, or maybe their son or grandson is living with them and they need a job. We have the ability to come back in and make a referral off of our line to the food bank, to Job and Family Services, to Ohio Means Jobs, and you can track everywhere that your client went. We can also do it the other way around. We have a client that calls us, we're out there, they live here in Lakemore, and they say, I have problems paying my water bill in Lakemore. I can go into a referral of that client to Tracy. You can pick it up and contact that person. The whole idea is that it's a closed referral system so that we can track what's happening and nobody falls through the cracks. Because if you call 211 right now or any referral service, you'll get a phone number, and then we don't know what happens to that person. We don't know if they get all the help that they need. This was designed really as people were going to the hospital for drug and alcohol abuse, that when they got out and they'd have to go to Portage Path, well, did they really go? What happened to them? This whole system is designed so that people don't fall through the cracks, and we get them all the services that they need. If it's something that you guys are interested in, you can talk about it. We can set up a time for you guys to meet with Unite Us. Barberton is coming on board. The city of Greene is coming on board. All the communities that we've spoken with. The city of Akron, certain divisions are coming on board. It really just helps to have all 31 communities and as many, I mean, even your churches that you talk about here that are so entrenched in the community can be a part of Unite Us, because if they don't come here, they're going to go to your church. They're going to come to what is comfortable and safe to them. They're not going to come to me until they come to you first. So getting them part of the Unite Us circle will really help us serve all the residents. So that's a plug for that. Again, it's no cost to you. It's no cost to anybody. The county bought this program for the next 10 years, as many licenses as we need, so it wouldn't be any cost to anybody.
That's
And
incredible.
that really makes us that one touch, one application. I mean, your frustration level of, I need these 10 things and now I need to fill out 10 applications, it's very, and when I just gave you exactly what I needed, it's very, very frustrating. And we want to take that off the table so that we can get everybody their services.
Nice.
So with that, does anybody have any questions about our programs or Unite Us? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Okay.
The one about the lead poisoning.
Uh-huh.
How would I know that my property that was built before 1978 has lead paint in there? I mean, it's been painted numerous times since 78. Do you just assume if the house is that old, you still have
So-
lead paint?
Yes and no. So if you have small kids and you would apply for the program, the health department comes out and does a lead test.
Okay.
If you don't have small children, there are a couple things that you can do yourself in your home. You can go to Home Depot. Do you guys have Ace Hardwares anywhere?
Yeah.
here?
I do.
Okay. So if you go, they have these little thing called brake tests. They're little cardboard tubes with glass inside. And you can go to your windowsill, you can cut a V in your windowsill all the way down to the original paint. You break it, and it's got like a little cotton swab on the top, and you put it across the V. If the cotton swab comes back pink, there's lead. If it comes back brown, it's just dirty and you need to clean.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
So you can do that. I mean, the health department will do lead tests, but there's a cost to it if you're not
Okay.
going through the program. But as long as the paint is not peeling, flaking, or chalking, it's really nothing to worry about. It's the lead dust that comes from opening and closing the windows. When there's lead in the windows, that's where you need to worry. Think about the old front porches that has that old ceiling in it that always, it always looks like an alligator skin. That's typically lead. But paint chips aren't poisonous unless you start eating them, which I don't think anybody in here is doing. That's when it becomes poisonous. It's the lead dust for the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when it becomes
And then my
poisonous.
second question is, the next sheet that talks about the weatherization, is that only for homes that are owner occupied?
No,
or is
it's
that for
rental as well, and we always
Okay.
income qualify the tenants.
For tenants. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was excited. The only thing I don't think you touched on was the very last page of this, the household sewage treatment system
Yes,
program.
so we get money from the EPA to replace failing septic systems. So the way the program works is it's income-based and citation-based. So if you have a citation from the health department, on the bottom of the citation is actually my name and phone number. So everybody who gets a citation ends up calling me to see if they income qualify. The program pays for the entire, depending on what your income level is, either 100% of the contractor's bid, 85%, or 50%, so it is a sliding scale. 100% is usually individuals that are at like the HWAP guidelines. 50% are the AMI guidelines, a little bit higher, because they go to 300% of poverty, so it's a little bit higher. Again, we put everything out to bid, but you have to have that citation. We will connect to public sewer only if there's an order from the EPA or if the health department says sewer's right there, we don't want you to replace your septic system, you can connect. If we do anything for sewer, it's only from the lateral at their front yard to their house. We don't do anything in the public right away.
Okay.
Do we have, how many septic systems do
We
we have?
only
in
have a
Lakewood?
handful.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
I didn't
I
think
think
we
I may
had-
have done one here in the
Yeah.
15 years I've been doing this.
Yeah, I didn't think we
Okay.
had any.
All right, I just wanted
Well,
to,
thank you very much, Holly. for
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me
there's
come out.
so many resources that we can share with Lakemore.
Amen.
So I'm just sitting here the whole time listening to every word you say, so I
Right.
can share all this.
Tracy knows how to get a hold of me. I mean, if you ever have a client, or not a client, I'm sorry, a constituent, where you're like, they need help, I just don't know what to do with them, the county really acts as the hub of the referrals. So if you're not part of Unite Us, please reach out to me, because we can figure out who might have something for your constituent.
Awesome.
All right, thank you so much for
Thank
letting
you.
me come out.
Thank you, Holly.
And we can put all of this information on our
website.
Facebook.
I
and
will
the
send
website.
it to you, Carrie, we'll send it to you electronically,
Awesome.
and then you have a bunch of stacks that you
Yep.
can put someplace when your new house opens.
Amen.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Holly.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, appearing before council, we have one person, and that is Marilyn Eitner. So if you don't mind, would you approach the podium, the pseudo podium, state your name and address, and the floor is yours for up to 3 minutes.
My name is Marilyn Eitner, and I live at 3110 Dorchester Court in Lakemore. And I'd like to thank the village for resurfacing your part of sanitarium. I can't tell you how happy my car is.
Absolutely.
And thank you for what you did up at Brandon Court, replacing that concrete that was so broken up. It's very much appreciated, and it was easy to go through, and when it was tore up, they did a nice job as to how we would get into our place. And
That's great.
it was very nice. I thank you all for that.
Well, thank you for
Thank
coming to say
you.
thank you. And,
Yeah, we don't
for-
get that a lot.
No, thank you. I gotta cheer you on. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Right. Awesome. Perfect. And there's that for the record. And then we just have one item, and it's yours. And it's an emergency item. So, Ms. Anderson, the floor is yours.
Alrighty, I would like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 1827-2023, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1795-2022, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023. But first, I would like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes. I'll second the original.
Thanks, Sam. Any discussion on the original? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
No, no reason to go
Do
into
you
an executive
want,
session? Anybody? Heather? John? Sam?
I don't know of any.
Okay, good. Okay.
So I'll make
all
the
right.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Nikki. Roll call, please.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mrs. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
That's all, folks.
I need to